Hey there, welcome back to Flat Tirre Farm. Well, it was supposed to be spring is coming. I guess it's still coming, but winter still wants to stay a little bit.
Well, I thought I was done moving snow for the season, but since spring is broken, looks like we're back on snow removal duty today. You gotta come see what these crazy dogs did.
Okay.
Come here. See?
How
Here's
deep
their
the
trail.
snow is.
Right? Look. They ran up the side of the shelter logic.
They went way up there?
They went way up there.
Oh my gosh.
Look at look at those crazy dogs.
You guys.
Look what they did.
They're crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh my gosh. They climbed up a 13-foot shelter logic.
I know.
Ay, ay, ay. Are you crazy? Yeah? Are you a crazy snow eater? Yeah, good girl. Yeah, you love the snow, huh?
Hey, want that? Get it. Just got it. All right, who wants this one? You want this one? Ready? Get it. No. No fetch.
No fetch. Yep. We are protectors, not fetchers.
That's right.
Holly! Juniper! Come!
Well, ridiculous dump of snow or not, Miss Crystal still has to get to work today, so let's start with her truck. Looks like the puppies are going to help me clear some snow today. One great thing about these greenhouses is if it is warm enough, they will shed the snow. And it's piled up pretty good alongside. So it looks like today I'm going to have to shovel that out and then get it out of here with the snowblower. I'll see this little bump right here with the little black thing sticking out of it. That would be my truck plow buried in the snow. Good thing we got a snowblower for the tractor. All right, let's get this driveway nice and cleared before Miss Crystal gets home.
What are you doing? Hey, girls. Yeah, you being good? Hey, buddy. What are you doing up there?
I'm putting in our cell phone booster.
You are?
Yeah, it
You
works.
need 2 ladders?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Actually 3, there's one outside.
All right. Okay, Mr. Reeve, you want to tell everybody why we need a cell phone booster?
Because we have lame-o signal out here, and our friends can attest to that. And our cell phones are the only way we have internet, and it takes us like 12 hours to upload a video.
Okay, Mr. Reeve, how do you think it's going so far?
Well, considering that we went from having 1 to 2 bars of LTE, which is the best we could get before, to having 3 bars of 5G now, I would say it's going great. Especially considering that apparently the outdoor antenna is pretty tough, because if it takes a 25-foot drop onto the ice, it still works. Don't ask me how I know. So it's a pretty simple setup. This is our outdoor antenna up here, and in order to get that set, we had to look online and find out the latitude and longitude of our nearest cell phone tower that we figured we were using. And then we just used the GPS app that's on my phone in order to figure out what the azimuth was from here to that cell tower so that we could point that antenna directly to it. Then there's a coax cable that comes from that antenna and goes inside, and the signal gets boosted from that fancy little feller and then rebroadcasted from this indoor antenna right there. So far it's working great, and we'll let you know how it keeps working.
What are you doing in here in the cold room?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm giving you a light.
You are?
Yeah.
I already have a light.
Giving you a real light.
Oh.
See? Ba-ba!
Oh, yeah. This is our current light. It hangs there from the floor joist, and it has a little switch on it. Ah! It used to be our whole downstairs light.
That's right.
Yeah. So, what's that?
This is where your light's gonna be.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
How about you hook me up a light? We'll get some lighting in here, and then we can give these guys a proper cold room update.
Perfect.
All right, see you back in a little bit.
Okie doke. Okay, are you ready to see your new light?
Yes! Oh my gosh! Look at all the light in here.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Now you can see all your stuff.
I'm so happy about it. Thanks, honey.
Welcome.
I used to have to take this flashlight that was like the whole room light and like look around for all this stuff. But you can see all the way back to the back of the shelves in this. This is great. So this summer we got our cold room mostly functional. It's up and running now, and we've been kind of running its practice run over this first winter here. And how do you think it's been going, Mr. Reeve?
It's been going great. It's staying about 40 degrees in here.
Yeah.
Whenever it gets real cold outside, we just take our little plugs here and we plug off our vents that are here in the corner, and it keeps everything about perfect in here.
Yeah, and Mr. Reeve, and what he means by really cold is like 20 or 30 below zero.
Right.
For a couple of days. And Mr. Reeve built this cold room with no power except for now the light. But it stays cold just by convection of the, the movement of cold air and hot air. And basically he has these vents set, a low vent and a high vent, to suck the hot air out the top and bring cold air in from outside to fill the room back up. And that has been awesome. I'll link the video at the end for you guys if you want to see how he did this whole convection system. It's pretty fancy.
So we kind of talked about how it worked.
Yeah.
So what kind of stuff did you store down here and how to do?
Well, you can see I have a lot of canned goods down here, and they don't really need to be in this cold room that stays 40 degrees. It just happened to be our original pantry. And since, this is kind of a homestead in progress. I think all homesteads are homestead in progress, aren't they?
Yeah.
Probably. But so they just stayed on the shelves, and then the things that had to go in here, we've kept in here. We kept all of our produce from the garden, the things that could store, like we stored kohlrabi and carrots and beets and cabbage and potatoes. And the potatoes did really well. The kohlrabi, I don't know what's wrong with that stuff, but it did not store very well. It turned to like a splattered sponge on the inside. So I don't know if that was a product of just the variety that we got, the way we stored it. The one thing we don't have in this space is ability to adjust the humidity. Maybe in the future we will, but right now we just didn't even deal with that part of it.
Yeah.
Or that we didn't get the cold room finished until late in harvest season. Before the cold room got finished, we had been storing everything in an old refrigerator that we had that wasn't turned on, but I put ice packs in there to keep the temperature down, and that really helped keep the moisture up. But then the vegetables just got really too overcrowded. There was too much moisture in there. Yeah. And so they weren't like picked and then stored perfectly in the cold room. They had like this vegetable purgatory that they went through. And so that could be why that the kohlrabi didn't store very well. Cabbage we were eating into January.
Yep.
What else? Squash we ate, zucchini we ate. I mean, we ate it till it was gone. So
right.
But I would say the kohlrabi is the only thing that went really bad.
Beets went pretty well.
Oh yeah, the beets did good. You saw maybe in a while ago, I finally canned up those beets that we had.
And part of our possible problem with the kohlrabi could be we probably should have picked it a little bit earlier and not let it get 7 inches in diameter.
It might have been an exploded sponge before we put it in the cold room. Yeah, so that is true, because I think that we read later that you're supposed to pick it when it's like 2 inches or 3 inches around.
Yeah.
And some of those bad boys were like 6 or 7 inches, just because we're like, yes, big vegetables, yay. So there's that. The potatoes, I think, the potatoes and carrots have done the absolute best.
Yeah.
Because they don't get harvested till like the last thing in the season for us. And so the cold room was already ready, and it was already cool. It was perfect conditions. Okay, so here's our potatoes. We have, I don't even know how many pounds we have left. Maybe 80 pounds, 80 pounds or so. But they're beautiful. I have had 0 issues. I haven't had to get rid of any because they were yucky or rotten or anything. You can see we stored them unwashed. We stored them with their natural dirt. So that has really kept them great and protected the skins. Let's see, here's one you can see. It's just starting to get little eyes on it.
Now, one thing that's been really great about the potatoes this winter is this is the first winter that we have not had to regulate or ration how many potatoes we eat. We have been eating so many potatoes. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been great. And like we both grew up here, and like you can grow lots of potatoes, and so potatoes is like kind of part of our bloodstream, you know.
Yeah.
We love potatoes. So we still have 5 partial boxes of potatoes down here, and it's getting to the part of the season, I think, where I'm going to start processing them and at least figuring out what I'm going to do with them. All right, so we know that the cold room works well over the winter, right? Because the cold air can come in to keep it cold. How are we going to run this different in the summer? What are we going to do in the summer?
So in the summer, in order to keep your cold room cool, you're really relying on the cool earth, the cool ground. So this summer, we'll be insulating the top in between the inside of the cabin and the cold room. We'll be insulating the top 2 feet of the outside walls because that's going to be above ground. But the rest down below, the insulation is going to be pulled out to allow that cool air from the ground to get in here.
And we don't expect it to be 40 degrees in here this summer. You know, we expect it to probably stay about 50 degrees, which is fine for vegetables. But during the summer, we don't have vegetables in here. Harvest time hasn't come yet. We'll have eaten all the vegetables before it gets too warm. That's right, like I'm going to process the potatoes for that reason. And what else are we going to use it for in the summer?
This could be our cold, nice spot to come and play cards when it's too hot outside.
We're going to rummy it up, baby. Oh, there's one more thing we're using this thing for in the summer. Hold on.
We're going to have to keep it cool in here because what is stored in here is our root beer and our ginger ale that we made. And if we let these things warm up, they're going to turn into little homemade claymores.
Other things we've been able to keep down here have been the bulk produce that I've gotten from Azure Standard. So like this case of ginger that we're almost through it, guys, almost. And since our chickens are freeloaders in the winter, we had to buy store-bought eggs. And we've been able to keep these eggs in here no problem. Having this cold room be like a secondary refrigerator has been really great, especially when, if I make big stock pots of stuff, I don't have to rearrange everything in the fridge to try to find room for it. It's cold enough down here to keep this chicken stock just sitting here until I have time to deal with it. I mean, all of that, I don't know if you can see it. It looks probably pretty gross to you, but you can see it's all gelatinous. It's totally cold enough down here to keep this.
Actually, it smells good.
Yeah. Totally cold enough down here to keep this still food safe. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to work in the summer. We'll just have to watch the temperature and see how it goes.
Yep.
What are you doing up there?
I'm setting up our incubator.
You are?
Yeah.
Why are you doing it way up there? So we forget about it?
No, we're not going to forget about it.
Okay.
I figure this is probably about the most even temperatured spot in the house. We are on our next Ready, Fire, Aim adventure. Now, although our chickens have given us 0 eggs,
Wah-wah.
our geese have been killing it. So we have plenty of geese eggs. We have been collecting these eggs. We've got 10 of them so far. We have them marked with an X and an O so that we can turn them every day, and we're going to put these guys in our incubator. Now, we got an old incubator that we bought from some folks that didn't need it anymore. This is the first time we've ever tried to use it, and we have 0 idea what we're doing. We have 0 places for the geese to live once they hatch, so let's do this. So as y'all just saw, I got my water in my incubator here. I've got it turned on for a couple hours here. It's nice and warm. I'm ready to put my eggs in, so let's get her done. Here, I got my little thermometer in here, and it says it's right about 100 degrees. That's where we want it.
What's the perfect goose making temperature?
They say 99 degrees for geese.
Okay.
For little goosers. Little goosers.
How many geese are we going to try to make?
I'm seeing lots of room in here.
Okay.
Like they're still laying.
Okay, I don't care. Keep putting them in there, dude.
Look at all this room.
Yeah.
50 geese.
We don't need 50 geese, Mr. Reed.
We're not going to get 100% hatch rate, though.
That is also true.
I'm going to scoot them around. Sorry, little goslings. Roughing them up. All right, there you go, little buddies. Don't want them to be crowded in there.
So we put all these in here, and then what? What do we do? How do we take care of these?
So, No, I did mention that this was a Ready, Fire, Aim project, right?
Which is why I'm asking you, because I have no idea.
Because you didn't watch the videos at midnight last night?
That is accurate. I was watching the inside of my eyelids at midnight last night.
I may or may not have just broken this.
You didn't break it?
Just a corner.
Hey, that's a cool thermometer-y thing.
Isn't he cool?
Yeah.
I don't think he's what came with it, but...
Okay.
But that'll do, laddie.
Well, did you really break it?
Just the corner.
You can't break it.
Just the tip of the corner.
We need it.
We don't need that corner.
Okay, now what?
We'll leave these guys in here, and 2 to 3 times a day, we're going to turn them, hence the X's and O's on the eggs.
I can't remember to add flour and water to a sourdough starter once a day.
These are my babies. I won't forget them.
Okay. You care about geese more than about bread?
I don't know about that, but...
Oh, it's all you?
I'll get it. I'll take care of these guys.
Okay. Okay, so what do we do?
Cute.
So we turn them, and then what?
This is where you insert the Jeopardy theme.
Oh. So this is all as far as we know right now, because this is as far as we had to go, and we'll figure out the rest.
I'm trying to remember. So we monitor the temperature and the humidity. Oh,
okay.
Yeah. When we do our next shopping trip, we need a humidistat. Anyway, or
I don't know what that thing is.
I don't know.
Okay. I know what a humidor is, but that's different.
No, we're not giving cigars to the baby geese.
Okay.
No, it's not a humidistat. What's that thing called?
I know what a hydrometer is, but that is
hydrometer.
That's not for geese.
It's a different tool, still called a hydrometer. Just it measures the humidity.
Okay, we need one of those.
Humidityometer. So we'll monitor the temperature and the humidity in there, and then try and turn these guys 2 to 3 times a day. And on day 10,
oh, that's where we do something
on
different.
day 10, yep, we're gonna take these guys and we're gonna candle them.
Yay!
And we'll see who's fertilized and not, and whoever's not, then they go to the pigos or something.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah, yuck, like a warm goose egg for like 10 days.
that's like a delicacy probably somewhere.
Probably, but not at our house.
No.
No.
And then at day, I think 26, they get locked down, and after that we don't open them at all until after they hatch, until babies are out.
I am excited about babies.
I know, they're so cute. So hopefully, I haven't done a super good job at like maintaining perfect temperature or anything while I've been building up this group of eggs. So who knows what our hatch rate's gonna be, and it's the first time we've ever done it. So, but we're excited. It's gonna work. Okay, y'all, this is how Ready, Fire, Aim works. In the 4.5 seconds since we have filled up that first incubator with these geese eggs, we have decided that we are going to fix the other incubator that we have, and we're going to collect another clutch of eggs, and we're going to incubate those too.
As always, thanks for joining us on Flat Tirre Farm. We'll catch you on the next video, guys.